Hi guys, welcome to the NiKo Show, and today we are going to talk about a different topic which is not directly related to any particular game but games in general. Okay, so how to start enjoying games again? Now, I know that this is not something that you would believe is something to be discussed about because hey, games are fun, right? We're supposed to enjoy it. When does a point come that you never enjoy games? I mean, personally, I never thought about this before either. But what happened recently or in the last few years is that I started to notice something in me. Now, this is more of a personal topic, so I don't know how much it would relate to you, but I have seen many people on the internet and even in my own friend circle who are now starting to enjoy games less. Now, I don't know how does this relate to the masses, but it kind of has happened with me since the last year that I have started to get burned out on games. At first, I didn't know why this was happening. I thought maybe it's work pressure, it is related to my deadlines. I wasn't having the best of my time at work, so maybe it is related to that. But that wasn't the main issue here. The main issue here was that I was playing one kind of a game only. So one thing I noticed about me during that time was that I was playing live service games like Destiny, then Division, then Warframe. I was playing those games back to back to back. So, for example, many times I'm sure even you might have juggled many games together, like, for example, playing NFS, then in the evening playing something else, and then at night playing FIFA. Just an example, okay? So, that's how I was playing games. I was playing Destiny, then switching to Warframe, then switching to Division, and I was chasing that grind, that when what happens is sometimes you like to see that level up bar. You want to see the numbers go up, you want to see the new loot that you find, and also sometimes what happens is you want to see your character level up in general, and then you start to get addicted to that grind, that, oh, I got a new piece of armor, oh, how does this look? So especially in Destiny 2 this happened with me, where I was switching between all the three characters. And as you might know that in Destiny there are three classes, right? Titan, Warlock and Hunter. So I was constantly switching between these classes, looking for armors which suits me. All the fashion frame that we do, like in Souls games we do the fashion thing where we try to find the best armor pieces for our character. So that is what I was doing for Destiny last year, along with Warframe and also in Division. So what happened as a result is that I started to get burned out on games, because when you look at it from an eagle's eye point of view, I was playing the same kind of game over and over again. Like, the essence of all these three games is the same, guys, right? In Division, you clear out the enemy, you clear out the areas, get new weapons, get new loot, rinse and repeat. You see the XP bar go up, you see your character level up, and boom, a new sound comes in. You get addicted to that kind of a loop. And I was playing all the three games which were similar in nature. So what happened is, as a result, and by the way, I didn't know this thing while I was playing these games, but after a while, when I sort of took a break from gaming, I realized, hey, what the hell am I doing? Like, I'm playing literally the same three games day in day out, and that is what was taking a toll on me. Now, you might not think something like this will take a toll on you, but when you are in your 30s, or when you have responsibilities, you have jobs, you have your personal life, and you have other, daily tasks, other adult responsibilities, so to speak, these kind of things do take a toll on you. At least it took a toll on me. So as a result, what happened is I started to enjoy games less and less and less. So this, of whatever I said in these last 4 minutes, this was just to give you a background of why I made this video, because I think if this happens to me, it might happen to someone else, and I just wanted to know what made you enjoy games again. But in this video, I am going to discuss how I started to reconnect with games after a few months of break and playing the same looter shooter kind of games. How did I get back? So first thing what I did was I started playing Callisto Protocol. Now, see, I get it. Callisto Protocol is not a fancy game. It's a fancy looking game, but it is by no means a darling of critics and gamers. And now, it is a medium game. It's a mediocre game. But what happened is, up until I played Callisto Protocol, I was playing, first of all, open world games. I was playing looter shooters. I was playing the same genre again and again and again. So, by shifting to Callisto Protocol, what I did was I shifted the genre. So basically, from looter shooter coming to a linear third person action horror game, what happened is this reignited my love for games. Now you might say Callisto Protocol is a shit game, bro. Like, why did you pick that game? Now what happened is I always wanted to play that game, but during launch it had issues, so I never bought that game. And then I tried that game out in 2023, just to give you a context of what is we are talking about. So I played it after a year it came out. By that time there was no issues in the game, and the game was smooth. It was running smooth, bug free, and all the aspects of the game were working as intended. Now, of course, that game has problems. Callisto Protocol had its own fair share of problems, but I loved it for what it was. And especially after taking a break from games, this was my first game, and I was genuinely enjoying the game. Like, for first time in my life in that year, in 2023, I was genuinely enjoying Callisto Protocol. Why this happened? Now, I didn't knew at that time, but now in 2025, when I look about it, when I think about it, when I take a step back, then I realized, oh yeah, what I did was I was just shifted my genre. So if you are in the same position where you are starting to get burned out on games, maybe you not take a step back, examine what kind of games are you playing, look at your recent played games, the recent achievements you have got in your games, and see what kind of games are you playing. Is it something you have been playing on and on and on again? Or is it, or there might be a different issue. You might be playing too many genres at once, because sometimes overloading yourself with different genres, different games, that also takes a toll on you, which is not detectable when you're doing it, but in retrospect, when you think about it, then it comes into the picture. So that was it. So this was one of the things that helped me, is to shift my genre. So if you're stuck in the same situation where you are not enjoying the game or any games in general, first of all is to take a break, like I did. Or if you don't want to take a break, if you want to play your favorite hobby, yeah, fine, go ahead with it, and just play a different genre, switch it up. So if you are playing open world games, switch to a linear shooter, and if you are playing linear games back to back, maybe switch to a slower RPG where you can, take your time with it and go along with it, take in the sights, immerse yourself in side quests, all the good stuff. So that was the first thing. Now, second thing that I did was I switched on my old laptop, which is honestly not a very good machine. It doesn't have fancy specs on it, but it can run old games. So as an experiment, I said, let me try some old games. So what I did was I booted up NFS Underground. I downloaded that game. I played that game because I used to play that in my teens a lot. So I thought, why not try something old? So I went back to that game, and I kid you not, I started to enjoy that game a lot. Like, I genuinely enjoyed that game. NFS Underground 2. A 20-year-old game, guys. So if you are in the same situation where you're not enjoying any of the games, try to go back to the older games which you love or which you have played. Okay, what it will do is it will reignite the love for gaming. It did for me, at least. So maybe you can try it if you are in a similar position. So maybe, see, the thing is, many people say that, oh, you're looking at this game from a rosy eye point of view. You have have those nostalgia goggles on your eyes, and that is why you love the game. But I will tell you guys, older games had soul in them. Okay, the games that are made these days, they have a bit of a soul, but they have a lot of corporatization in it. A lot of those elements are copied and pasted so that it is applicable to mass market. Now, the older games are by no means masterpieces, but there was love in them. Okay, And yes, there is nostalgic factor involved in everything, but those games are genuinely nice. So if you are in this position where you are not able to just sit down and enjoy the games, you are just going through the motions, take a step back, play an older game, and I'm sure you will at least start to feel good about playing the games. And you will start re-enjoying, if this is a word, you will start re-enjoying your hobbies more and more. And that's the aim, right? To enjoy the games and not just to mindlessly play same games again and again. At least that is what I thought about me. So this was another thing that you can do. Now, next other thing is, which affected me personally, in which was acting as a hindrance for me to enjoy the game, was that I was focusing too much on clearing my backlogs. Now, I don't know how many of you guys had this problem where you have 15 or 20 games in your backlogs. There was a sale, a spring sale, a summer sale, and you bought 10-15 games in one go, and now all those games are sitting in your Xboxes, in your PS5s, in your PCs, and you've not even had the time to switch on that game and play it. Now that happened with me, honestly, because I had a lot of money during that time, so I was just buying games left, right, and center. But what I wasn't doing was focusing on a single game, and I was focusing on completing my backlog. So what I did was, I picked out a linear game, I picked out a smaller game. Even if I didn't want to play that game, I played that game because I was focusing too much on clearing the backlog. Now what that does is, that dampens your enjoyment of the game, because you're doing it to achieve a third goal. Like, you are focused on achieving something else rather than enjoying the process, rather than enjoying the journey. You're focusing on the destination. So that happened with me. I was trying to clear out my backlog. So what happened is, in simpler words, I was treating playing games as a job, just a checklist. Okay, this is done, next, this is done, next. So this is something which harmed my experience with games, and as a result, well, I got burned out. So if you are burned out on games, try not to focus too much on the backlogs. Okay, now that was it about this one. Now what else can we do? So one another thing that I tried was to switch up the genre. By switching up the genre, I don't mean to say that from open world to RPG. No. What I'm talking about is, when you go through the list of the games that you have been playing or you have played in the last few years, you will notice a pattern that you've been playing a certain kind of game. So for example, me, I am a kind of a guy who plays gritty games, I play games which have mature storytelling. Basically games like Witcher, yeah, something sci-fi like Mass Effect, RPG-ish games where there's a story, side quests, and all those good things. So what this does is, it eventually wears you down over time. So what I would suggest is, if you are again not enjoying games, try to play an artistic game. So what I did was, I played Pentiment. Now Pentiment is not, in my opinion, a great game, but it is a good little gem that you can enjoy. You can sit back. It has a new art style. It has unique art style. It has this sort of a medieval book kind of a vibe to it. It feels as if you are reading a book which is in motion. So I tried to play that game, and I genuinely loved that game. I didn't expect that. So another thing that you can do, along with the others that I mentioned previously, is to play a game in a different genre that you have never played in your life. Do that, and trust me, you will love playing games again. At least it helped me. So maybe if you are in a similar situation where you're not able to just get an enjoyment of your games, just imagine, man, you work your ass off the entire day, and then when you come back home, you only have 2 hours left, and you sort of wish that you would enjoy those 2 hours, right? So hopefully these aspects will help you enjoy your games again. Now that this was about gaming, right? This was about actively participating in games to reignite your love for them. Now, one another thing that you can do to sort of enjoy the games again is to just take a break from gaming altogether, right? Now it makes sense, right? If all these things aren't working, if you tried a different genre, if you tried to play a different game, if you tried to play a linear game, if you were playing open world games before, or if you are now playing sports games but you're still not enjoying gaming, now you also tried playing shorter games, you're not able to enjoy it, you tried to play large games which are 100 of hours, you didn't enjoy a single hour of it, what you can do is you are allowed to take a step back. Okay, just take a step back. Don't worry, nobody is coming to tax you if you are not playing a game for a month or two or 6 or a year. Who cares, right? Take a break from gaming, step back, reevaluate any other hobby that you have. Cycling, there are so many things: cycling, exercising, dancing, DJing, or any other hobby you want to take up during that time. You can take a break and do those. Meet with your friends, have plans outside the house, and just go about it. So that is one of the things that can help you, other than all the things that I mentioned in this video. So I hope you liked this video, because this was not something that I planned to do, but I sort of wondered that why not discuss this, because this is a very private topic that I had, and I was just hoping that if somebody else is going through the same dilemma that I did during that time of my life, maybe this will help that someone, okay, to play the games and enjoy them again. So I hope you guys like these kind of videos too, because I love making them. And if you have any other suggestions, to enjoy the games again, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And just, keep gaming. Stay healthy. Bye, guys.